Hello, Aries, and welcome to your reading for the week, 2 weeks again, of January 2nd through January 15th, 2024. I'm doing another 2-week reading because, again, I'm doing these a bit in advance because I am traveling almost through mid-January, and I won't be able to do readings while I'm traveling. So I'm doing it now and doing another 2-week one, and we promise I will resume the 1-week ones after this. So if you are new to this channel, welcome. And please, if you end up liking this reading, if this reading resonates with you, please do consider liking, subscribing to the channel, and leaving me a comment. And if you're returning to this channel, welcome back. It's good to see you here again, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you. And this is a reading for Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising, other significant Aries placements. And again, in this new year, just want to say thanks again to people who have donated on the donations link that I have below in the description. Very much appreciated, all of you who take the time to donate. And just to let people know that link is down in the description box, as well as a link to my coaching, which is called Transition Life Coaching. You can check out my website down there, liminalreiki.com, to see about what that's about and how that works if you feel like you are in the middle of a transition gap or not really sure how to move forward with something. You can see what kind of services I have, or what kind of coaching I offer there. And also on my channel, transition.life.coaching, which is on Instagram. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I am pulling cards. If you're not familiar with the way I do readings here, I use cartouche cards to do an astrological spread, 12 houses of the horoscope, and then I clarify with tarot. And this week's tarot clarification is coming from the Barbara Walker Tarot, and of course the cartouche cards. This is them. And I usually pull an extra oracle or something at the end just to sum things up. And this week I'm going to be using my Norse runes. So so let's see what we've got for this first half of January for Aries. Okay, so starting at the beginning, Aries, it looks to me like in terms of how you're presenting yourself to people, that you've got death and Nepenthes. So speaking of transitions, I mean, this seems like you are discovering things about yourself. There may be aspects of yourself that are falling away with the death card, and just things having to do that you've identified with, or who you feel you are, that no longer seem to fit. But you may not know fully yet what else is coming, because Nepenthes has to do with surprises. It has to do with things that haven't happened yet, or things that have been hidden from us. You may even be taking some time out with this card to withdraw. You may want to just have some alone time to reflect on things, maybe to reflect on recent changes. When I look at the second house, which is your Taurus energy here, okay, you've got the King of Pentacles with Scarab. So some of you, 2024, you may be thinking about starting a new business, or maybe there's going to be a change to the way you do something with your finances, because Scarab always brings new beginnings, and this is the house of money. So with the King of Pentacles is, it's the culmination of the Pentacles suit, which definitely has to do with material success and security. And I feel like the King of Pentacles here, and again, it usually is a card that shows up when people are very successful business people or just very successfully financially. So this could be you, this could be somebody helping you, this could be a decision you're making to go into your own business. Take it as it resonates. But when I see this card, I mean, this is definitely a very good card to get in the money house, because it suggests success in business. And if you are thinking about starting a new business or a new venture, this definitely promises success, having the resources and having the know-how to make that happen. So if you're not starting a business, it's still a really good financial omen. There's either somebody who's going to be coming in with, bringing money or advising you on money in some way. There's some connection to a person, but this could also be you. This could just be you having your act together in terms of your finances. So that's good. Okay, the House of Gemini, which has to do with communication, short-term travel, has to do with siblings potentially. If you have issues with brothers and sisters, it could have to do with that. And also, speaking of business, with self-employment. Okay, so you've got Horus with the Nine of Swords. So I feel like you have been unduly worried about something, either about messages. Now with Horus here, these could be messages connected to family. So I don't know if you've had something that you have been worried about in connection to your family. If this has to do with business, there could just be general worries about. There could have been a miscommunication. This reading is taking place right after Mercury retrograde, so it's possible that you've received some communications that have had you up in your head a bit and worried. But when this card shows up, the Nine of Swords generally means that it's more of a mental gymnastics that's going on rather than a real problem. This is about mental cruelty, and it's that kind of cruelty that we most often inflict on ourselves. So with Horus here, though, Horus seems to indicate this is actually a very good card. Maybe it's some health news for some people. Maybe you're worried about a sibling's health, or maybe you've just had some kind of news. But Horus is a card of good health, and actually I'm looking across to the 8th house here, and I'm seeing Ankh. So if you've been worried about somebody like, oh my goodness, is this person very sick? Or I hesitate to say, if you're worried that somebody's going to die, this would actually be saying no. This promises long life. So if you've gotten some kind of like health news, you might want to get that double and triple checked, or it may be a situation that's not as serious as it appears to be, because Horus definitely shows this idea of healing. Now, again, I want to be clear that I don't make health diagnoses in these readings, so if there is something going on health-wise, obviously talk to your doctors, follow their advice, check everything out. But I just feel like something that maybe has appeared to be bad news may turn out to be good news. It may have nothing to do with health. This may just be about, sometimes Horus also has to do with creativity and creative projects. Generally, though, there's a strong Leo energy associated with this card, and definitely it's being able to push through anything that might be difficult. And also, this is about having charisma, so if there's been some communications that have had you worried, you may be just charismatic enough to talk your way out of something or pull through. So, in any case, that's what's coming up for you in your house of communication. Now, the 4th house has to do with your home, your family, your environment, and so you've got the 6 of Cups with air. So there's definitely this sort of harking back to this almost childhood or ancestral thing with the 6 of Cups energy. There could be a return from the past. Maybe you've gone and visited home. With air sometimes indicates moving or changing. So some of you maybe are moving back home, or maybe you've taken a trip recently to go home. But air can also just indicate that you're moving generally. So I don't know, take it as it resonates. It's going to be different for everybody, but there definitely seems to be this idea of making a return to something connected to your past or your childhood. There may be messages, or there just may be movement or action in relation to that. Air tends to be very lighthearted, so this could even just be a lighthearted family visit, that maybe is very nostalgic in nature. That would be sort of the best thing there. But nonetheless, there's definitely this idea of a return to a past and some kind of movement or travel or something, or communications connected to the family. So again, it's going to be different for everyone. This is a general reading, so take it as it resonates. 5th house is Leo energy, so this has to do with creativity, children, love affairs. And we have the Prince of Swords with the Water card. Okay, Prince of Swords is very strong in other decks, this would be the Knight of Swords energy. And I feel like the Knight of Swords here, I feel like there could be a desire to move too quickly on something. Like you may be doing something impulsively or off the cuff. You may be overly critical of something. You need to be sort of careful with your speech when this card comes up with regard to, it could be a creative project. It could have to do with a love affair. It could have to do with a child as well. Like I said, all those are possible in this 5th house. And when we have water has to do with a trip or a journey also. I mean, this potentially could have to do with a trip across water, to water, but also can indicate something that's changing and moving, something of a very emotional nature usually with water. So something that has gotten us emotionally riled up. So that would make me inclined to think this may have to do with a love affair or something like that. And with this Prince of Swords or Knight of Swords energy, I don't know. I feel like this could also, it doesn't necessarily have to be that quick critical energy. It could just be a situation with somebody who's very, very intellectual, or somebody who is very, very intellectually inclined, or very verbose. Somebody who speaks a lot or expresses a lot through language. With some people, this could actually have to do with writing projects, or it could have to do with anything, any kind of project that has to do with communications as well. But I also feel like when I'm kind of hearing about this card, when I'm trying to focus on it, is this idea that maybe there's also a conversation maybe that needs to be had around either a project or a person or a child, project, relationship, child. And whatever this conversation is, I feel like it could be emotional in nature, and I feel like it could unstick something that maybe has been stuck. So that's a possibility there. Again, take it as it resonates, because obviously not everybody's in a love affair or looking for one, or and not everybody's dealing with children. So yeah, it'll be different for everyone. Okay, 6th house. This is the house of worry. This is the house of jobs, employment, things like that, health matters, and also just what's the other one? Oh yeah, domestic animals. And Sphinx sometimes does show up when there's something having to do with domestic animals. So usually sort of positive card. Maybe some of you, this is a card of separation with the 3 of Swords. So maybe somebody is separated from their pet. Maybe you took a trip and you're away. I don't know. That's just a very specific meaning there. But I think more generally, Sphinx has to do with secrets or things that are not being told. And there seems to be some kind of sorrow connected to this. Okay, so when the 3 of Swords comes up, there's a sense of separation, or worry about separation, or fear of separation. And fear maybe of what's hidden. So I don't know. I feel like there's a situation. Okay, when I see it with this Prince of Swords here, I feel like there's a situation where maybe you kind of want to hang back and not say anything. Maybe you're afraid that something you say or do, particularly this has to do with a love affair, okay? Maybe you're afraid, oh, I'm going to say or do something and this is going to split us up, and I don't want to do that. Or maybe you're afraid you're going to say the wrong thing. You've got this 9 of Swords over here in communication, although Horus would assure you that that's not going to happen. In fact, Horus is a 3, and we've got some 3s here. So I don't know. I don't know where the number 3 comes in, whether it's referring to the 3rd of January, whether it's referring to something happening in a period of time that's 3, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, whatever. But I don't know. But there's some situation here where, I don't know, either you feel like someone's hiding something from you, or you're hiding something from somebody else. There's this posture of saying, I want to wait and see. I don't know if I want to step forward. I want to wait and see. And there's some kind of a heartbreak or something connected to this. So whether it has to do with the person that I'm feeling kind of over here, or whether it has to do with somebody who you feel, where you feel like, I don't know, for whatever reason you feel hurt or disenfranchised or betrayed. For some reason, I don't know why, I don't feel like this has to do with the current situation, more like a past one that's kind of reinvading on the present, especially with the 6 of Cups down here, which tends to be the past kind of reinvading in the present in some fashion. So I don't know. I feel like there's some situation where you feel that where you're kind of hanging back because I think there's a fear of some kind of separation. Now, this could, for some of you, have to do with a job. Maybe you're afraid to speak up about something because maybe you're afraid you're going to lose your job if you do. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities here. Also, maybe potentially with a health matter, but I just feel like there's something where maybe you feel very cut off or very isolated. But I don't feel like isolation is really, this is telling you might need to wait and see on something. But I don't know. With this Prince of Swords here and with Horus here, I can't help but to feel there's some situation where something needs to be communicated or talked about, because I have a feeling with this 9 of Swords that we're not talking about something as bad as what it appears to be. Okay, 7th house, this is partnerships. Okay, so we've got, this could be, by the way, marriage partnerships, so the more serious relationships. This could be have to do with business partnerships. So if you get into a legal arrangement of some kind with somebody, generally they're partnerships of a much more serious and, legally consequential nature, or at least have a higher level of commitment. So you have Hathor with the 7 of Cups. Okay, a couple possibilities here. Now, so Hathor generally indicates a woman. So for some of you, I think this literally is going to have to do with a female, okay, who might be perhaps a very strong female, somebody who's, these are all the best qualities of femininity within Hathor. This is very strong Empress energy. So this is like a female energy that really has it together. It could have to do with somebody who's Taurus, perhaps Virgo. I feel like this card can be connected to both, but with the Seven of Cups, okay, so there may be somebody you're fantasizing about, or it could be that you have a lot of options. Maybe you're not sure what road to take with a particular relationship situation. Or there could be, again, like with the Seven of Cups, sometimes there's an aspect of delusion to this because it's the card of dreaming. You could be, like I said, you could be fantasizing about somebody. But I feel like there's, I don't know, like when this comes up, I feel like there's a lot of cloudiness and a lack of clarity regarding a situation or the seriousness of a relationship situation. So again, if you are already married, it could be, maybe your partner's taking a new turn, doing some other things, and maybe you're not really clear about where this is going to go. Because sometimes the Seven of Cups does have to do with things that are online, that is connected to that in some way. But I don't know. I feel like very specifically for somebody may be fantasizing or dreaming about a long-term relationship with a woman. But I feel like there's a lot of fear about opening up about that, or that's just looking at this pattern here. There is, for somebody in particular, and obviously this is not going to be for everybody, but there's definitely this sense of being afraid to speak up about something with connection to a relationship, maybe preferring to stay in a fantasy or dream state, or just being confused. And but I'm seeing so many cards of cutting through and of clarity and of trying to get away from worry that I don't know. I feel like this is something that needs to be resolved. Okay, eighth house. This is Scorpio energy, so this is about transformation. It's about other people's money potentially. Okay, and you've got Ankh with the Three of Cups. So again, if there is somebody here who's been worried about a health issue with somebody or the seriousness of it, Ankh usually is assurance that, it's usually the long life and happiness card. And if somebody's sick, I think the phrase that was used was cracked clocks last the longest. So the idea is that even if somebody is suffering from something, it's not like a death sentence or anything like that. That's the vibe of this card. Now, again, I just want to be very careful when it comes to anything related to people's health or anything like that. But I do know that this card in this house can just mean, long life and happiness. So let's just stick with that. But if the health concern has been a worry, or if there's been news about health that's a worry, there's definitely a sense here that there's definitely a mode of healing in here. So we'll leave it more generally at that. I don't want to get too specific because this is a general reading, and that may not be the meaning of this for some people. With the Three of Cups, I feel like there could be a social visit or something get together, something that has to do with a transformation and with love. See, I don't know. Okay, my mind, I feel like my guides keep focusing me back on the lower part of this reading again. So I don't know. I feel like, especially with this Prince of Swords here in the fifth house, I just feel like there's a meeting that needs to be had, something that needs to be said, like something that needs to be cleared up. Whatever it is, I feel like it's something that can lead to great happiness for you. Okay, like I feel like there's a transformation towards something that's really, really good. That's something that you're impassioned about, that you love. And with the Three of Cups, I mean, there's definitely this element of celebration. Now, for some people, this could be somebody returning from the past, because we do have the Six of Cups, and the Three of Cups sometimes does have to do with reconciliations, but not necessarily. This doesn't have to be a past person. It could be that a past person is. I feel more like a past person might be interfering in the present, or some past pattern or something, that might be interfering in the present. But this says to me, you've got a lot of three energy here again with this Three of Cups. So yeah, I just feel like there could be, maybe there's going to be a social visit or something that's going to be transformative, that's going to be happy. This could just be generally telling you need to lighten up and spend time enjoying life more, and socializing with people and not staying away so much. In any case, as a card of transformation, it's a very, very good omen. If it does have to do with other people's money, then this could be some kind of a financial collaboration as well. Just relating it back to this card over here. There could be something going on in that vein as well with other people's money. Okay, so now we have the ninth house, which is Sagittarius energy. And this has to do with the expansion, long distance travel. It can have to do with higher education. Sorry, I don't know why my brain's not working right at the moment. Has to do with higher ed, and then also potentially with legal matters. And so philosophy, religion, things of higher learning. Okay, so this has to do with deeper thinking. Okay. Okay, now Aries, I seem to remember in the past you had like a fire card here as well. Well, and you have this Queen of Wands energy. Okay, so Queen of Wands, this could be you, this could be somebody else because this is a fire sign. There's double fire here, and it's in the house of Sag, which is also a fire house, so it's triple fire. I don't know. This could be a person who's coming in, somebody perhaps who's very attractive to you. If you know, again, the gender doesn't matter. It could be a man or a woman here, but and take it as it resonates. But the Queen of Wands is somebody very fiery, very impassioned, and you've got this fire card here. So this is connected to deep thought. It's also connected to long distance travel. So whether you're traveling to see a person like this, whether a person like this is traveling, from a distance to see you, there's something about distance, but also just, again, this idea of higher education and thought. And again, seeing this Prince of Swords down here, I don't know. It could be a visit from somebody from far away, maybe somebody who's very has this very strong, like really, really attractive and powerful Queen of Wands energy, who may be coming into your sphere of into your life, or into your thoughts at the very least, or making you think very deeply about something. So take this as it resonates, but this is not the first time I've seen this idea of something being sparked or something fiery for you in this house of kind of expanding your knowledge. Because even if it doesn't have anything to do with travel, I mean, it's definitely about expanding your knowledge in some way. Could be going back to school, doesn't have to be, but something that's definitely going to broaden your horizons. I feel like there's going to be a specific person who might be guiding you in this. Okay. So now let's go with the 10th house. This is Capricorn energy. This has to do with career, fame, and reputation. Okay, so you've got the moon and you've got the winged disc. So the moon comes up when we are uncertain about something. Again, there's this cloudiness that's here, just like there's this cloudiness over here. So for some of you, this could have to do with a business partnership, a relationship that's uncertain, or something. The moon, again, seeing Nephthys in the first house, I don't know. I feel like you may be confused about where you're going with your career, about moving forward, or about the steps you're taking. You may be left in some kind of doubt about some aspect of it, or there's some information that you need that you don't have, where you feel that you can't move. Either you can't move ahead with something, or you're just very confused or dubious about something. This confusion, it's funny. In the first, 7th, and 10th house, there's this element of confusion here. And also the 3rd house with this mental cruelty. Because to me, 9 of Wands shows up when we're worried about stuff that hasn't happened. So I don't know. You seem to have something on your mind lately. I feel like actually you're being pushed out of your comfort zone, Aries. That's what's coming into my mind. Something's pushing you out of your comfort zone here. And you may mentally be in a space that, I don't know. I feel like there's just a need for clarity and a need to move into things deeply rather than to pull away and to hide from something. Like whatever it is, it's something that's changing you fundamentally. So I don't know. That's the message I keep feeling. That's like almost like what I'm hearing when I look at this. Okay, but you've got the moon with the winged disc. Now the winged disc is the sun disc. So this actually is assurance that whatever's going on with your career, fame, or reputation is going to continue to soar. I feel like if you've had success, and if you feel like you haven't been successful, or there have been some issues or doubts, this is definitely soaring above that, and having clarity and having things be successful. Because winged disc is fundamentally a card of success. Whenever there's any opposition in a reading and winged disc comes up, it basically says, don't worry about the opposition. It's going to be fine in the end. So so that's very good news, actually, if you're having a career situation where you are in doubt or maybe not sure of what direction you're going to go in. Okay, 11th house is Aquarius energy. So this has to do with family, really friends, more friends than family, although sometimes family things come up here. Your social networks, business networks, and things like that. And it can also have to do with, it can have to do with business networks, but it can also have to do with your goals, your hopes, wishes, and aspirations. Okay, so you've got Pyramid with the Ace of Swords. Oh boy. There's something new. There's something, again, this powerful new sword energy, something unexpected coming in, something that may test you in some way. You may feel tested. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's negative. Again, there's this whole thing of being pushed out of your comfort zone. And yeah, the Ace of Swords definitely indicates like a sword coming in and just like cutting through whatever the fog is here and just bringing clarity. So this is going to come from a friend or somebody in your social network. There's going to be somebody, there's going to be some clarity that's brought to a situation, or maybe even connected to your hopes and wishes. There may be, whatever may be clouding you with the moon over here, there may be something here that's going to finally cut through. I mean, they're calling this the card of doom. Barbara Walker tends to be a little melodramatic about some of her phrasings on here, because I don't think of this as a card of doom unless somebody is just so completely out of touch with reality that this is the sort of bringing the sort of reality in. But I just feel like, yeah, there's some kind of a situation that is going to test you in some way, with a friendship or with your goals, maybe both. Maybe because, again, I'm seeing all this aspect of communication with another person that seems to be leaving you in doubt, or maybe shuttling you back to the past in some way. But you have it with the pyramid. So the pyramid is the good news eventually. I mean, it's saying, whatever it is, that time is going to certainly resolve the situation. Hopefully not revolve. You don't want to keep coming back. But you have it with this Ace of Swords. So I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be something to do either with a friend or through a network or through somebody where you're going to receive some clarity here. Maybe it's this Queen of Wands person over here. Who knows? Okay, 12th house, Pisces energy, what's unconscious, what's hidden, what you're afraid of, what you may not be consciously aware of. And you have Prince of Wands with Osiris. And again, I swear, Aries, that this was a card I'd gotten for you. This Prince of Wands is strong Knight of Wands energy. I think maybe you had the King of Wands before, but you have this strong energy, and you've got it with more Sag and Aries energy, which, Osiris I feel like could be either one. But you've got this, again, double fire in the Pisces house. So I feel like unconsciously, I mean, you have the will and the drive, you have the ability, you have good judgment, okay? But I feel like there's an intensity and a restlessness here with the Prince of Wands. I mean, this is a card of somebody who is not, you have these two princes here. And they're not quite in opposite houses, but you've got one, this is connected to creativity, love affairs, children, so those kind of interactions. And then you have this one over here. In fact, you have all of these Wands people. You do have a Pentacle person, you do have the King of Pentacles, but you have all of these, a lot of this fire and air energy here. I feel like there's a lot of restless energy that you may need to stabilize and calm down. You may need to center yourself, when Osiris comes up. And you also when I see these two together, they're cards of taking action. Like there may be a fear of taking action here on something. Because I certainly see that over here in the 6th house, which is opposite it. Like they're thinking, like somehow you think something really bad is going to happen if you take action on something. But this is saying, no, you've got it together. You've got things under control. And overall, okay, yeah, you've got Bast with the 5 of Pentacles. So yeah, you definitely, for some reason, Aries, you're feeling left out in the cold about something. You're feeling like you are, you're on the outside of a situation. But you have it with Bast, which really to me is almost the opposite. To me, Bast has a lot of the energy of the 3 of Cups. It's definitely about being social, about being kind, being the kind of person who gives as they wish to receive, right? But also about happiness, about socializing, about being with people. So I think you definitely need to get out of this space, to focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses here. I just feel like I don't know, it's really weird because this reading almost shows like a lot of fear about something. And it seems to be fear about having a conversation about something or doing something. Like I feel like you're, like maybe you've been living in your own bubble and you kind of want to stay there. Because, yeah, you've got this Moon, 7 of Cups. You've got this 9 of Swords, 6 of Cups. I don't know. And then Nephthys here. I just feel like you are... There's a lot of this... I'm seeing in a lot of the fear... I'm seeing more things in the fear houses about bad things happening than I am in the houses of... In other words, it's saying you seem to be afraid of a lot of stuff, but you actually don't need to be afraid of it. Like, I feel like you are being pushed out of your comfort zone here. Now let's do a Norse rune for you. Just what does Aries need to know from January 2 through 15, 2024? Okay. Got Isa, okay? So Isa is the rune of feeling stuck. However, when it comes up, it's saying that you feel stuck in a particular situation. Maybe you feel like you can't see your way forward in something, or you're not sure how you're going to get out of something or move forward. But this is assuring you that this is a period just before a rebirth, just before we have this death card here, which is this rebirth that's occurring. So whatever stuckness you're feeling right now, I mean, I'm seeing water, I'm seeing winged disc, Ankh. I mean, whatever's stuck is going to come unstuck. There's a lot of movement and action here. So I think the stuckness is more with this Nine of Swords. Like Esau to me is more of this Nine of Swords energy. I feel like you're mentally stuck in some way. And you may feel like you can't move forward. You may feel like it's like this Five of Pentacles energy. You may feel like the ice flows are coming over you're in the river's not moving, but this is literally a time, this is just literally saying, yeah, that's how this feels right now, but you are literally getting ready to launch into a newer and happier period. So that's what I have for you this week, Aries. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do remember to like and subscribe if you did find that this reading resonated with you. And also remember too, if you are an Aries sun and this doesn't really resonate with you, you may want to check out the reading for your rising sign or your moon sign, or if you know of any other prominent placements that might affect your reading, you might want to check those readings out instead. Thanks so much again. I hope you're having a happy new year, and we'll see you next time.